In the last video, we looked at magnetic forces on single charged particles. So this video, we're going to look at magnetic forces on current-carrying wires. And this is covered in chapter 30-11 and 30-12 from the textbook. Okay, so, current is just moving charges, and we already decided that magnetic fields exert forces on moving charges. So if you have a bunch of moving charges, then there's going to be a force. So a current-carrying wire in a magnetic field will feel a force. And we can actually calculate what that is, right? So basically, if we just take the current times the length of the wire L, cross product with the magnetic field B, that's going to give us the force on the wire. And in fact, this is exactly how speakers work. So in speakers, you have a magnet. And it's usually arranged like you see in the picture here. So you've got a south pole and a north pole, which generates a magnetic field. So then you wrap a coil of wire around part of this, and then if you have a current in the wire, depending on the direction of the current, you're going to get a force that's either in or out, so it'll actually make that diaphragm of the speaker will actually vibrate back and forth and create a sound wave. Now let's say you have two wires. So take two long parallel current carrying wires. Well, each of those wires is going to generate a magnetic field. So the current in the other wire then is going to feel a force due to that field generated from the first wire. And you can actually work this out. We know what the magnetic field from a wire looks like, and we just saw what the force due to a magnetic field is. So if you put those two together, you can actually come up with this expression here. So the force on each of the wires is going to be current in the first one times current in the second one times length of the wire divided by the distance between them. Or another common way, this little f is actually the force per unit length. So I've divided out the length of the wires L. And in general, so parallel currents, so if you have currents in two wires going in the same direction, those will actually attract each other. But if you have current in opposite directions, they're going to repel each other.